Try this on your own before I solve it. So what I'm going to do to avoid having to deal with fractions is I'm just going to multiply the whole top by 2. So I've got a 2 here, and I'm going to multiply the whole equation by 2. And once I do that, I can start canceling. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so we can just call those canceled, because 1 times 3y is 3y. But we can't really do anything with this 2. We don't need to, so we're just going to multiply that. Well, let's come to this final term on the far right. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so they essentially cancel out. So we just got rid of all these fractions. So we've got 3y is equal to 8 plus 1y, or just y. And now we can just solve it the way we ordinarily do. Minus 1y. And we've got 2y is equal to 8. Y is equal to 4. Please try this one on your own, and remember to multiply all the numerators by the greatest common factor. No, the least common multiple. Sorry, I always get this confused. I'm supposed to be a math teacher. The least common multiple. After doing some heavy thinking, I've determined that the least common multiple is 8. In other words, the number that all those denominators will go into is 8. So I'm going to multiply all of the numerators by 8. But I'm going to show you the trick where you don't really have to multiply. So I'm going to have an 8 here by all the terms. And I'm just going to leave it kind of hanging there as being part of a multiplication or a product. Okay. So here, like we saw in the last problem, this can just cancel out. 8 divided by 8 is 1. It's canceled. Now we're going to divide the 8 by the 4. So here, the first term, we just have 3a because it canceled out entirely. But now we're going to divide the 8 by 4. And what we have now, 8 divided by 4, is 2. So the 2 is going to remain, and the 2 we're going to have to multiply by the negative 3 to get negative 6. And now we're going to come over here. We're going to divide the 8 by the 2 again, and we get 4. So 4 times negative 1a is negative 4a. And voila, no more denominators. Now we can just solve these like we're used to. We're going to add 4a to both sides, and we've got 7a. We're going to add 6 to both sides, and we get 30. And we find out that we get a fraction as our solution. So a is equal to 30/7. And remember, you can get fractions as solutions. That's actually going to be the norm.